What is up, guys? My name is MipZ and welcome back for yet another League of Legends video. So today we are continuing our road to Diamond, and this is going to be pretty exciting. I thought today we would hopefully get a bit of good fortune by playing Miss Fortune. Yeah, great, bad joke. But anyway, today we are playing Miss Fortune. We're at the very end of silver. This is probably going to be one of the last games from the silver bracket that you'll see before we go into our promotion games to gold, and then start rising towards plat, and then lastly diamond. So I hope you guys are going to enjoy this one. I am very excited to play this game. We are playing Miss Fortune brand combo into a Vayne Xerath, so it's gonna be really interesting. And by the way, for those of you who are new in here, make sure to go down below, click that subscribe button, join into our amazing community, and yeah, put on the notification bell if you want to make sure that you follow our adventure slash journey all the way to diamond. It's gonna be really exciting and really fun, so I hope you guys want to tag along with me and enjoy this enjoy this journey. And of course, for those of you who want to see me live and want to hang out with me, then make sure to go to twitch.tv/MipZ_live. I stream every single Friday. But anyway, with all that said, let's kind of just dive into this game. So here in the early game, what we're gonna try and do is we are actually playing kind of a poke comp into a poke comp, and I know this is kind of weird, but we really want to poke, and so do they with the Xerath. But Vayne is kind of a little bit of an awkward pick for them here in the early game, and I'm just gonna make sure we miss all of the 3 first minions, because you know that's how you get a good start. No, I'm kidding. Okay, it's not a good start. But we are going to make sure that we try and dodge as much of all this as we can, and then fire off these Qs, hopefully in order to give it some extra damage. But right here, we will try and look for... let's touch this. We will be looking to try and get the level 2 power spike. We will be getting it as soon as we get this one, which will definitely be helping out quite a bit. So I'm going to be using the movement speed increase. I'm just going to poke as much as I can. It's going to be a really bad trade. I'm actually going to have to flash. I failed this tremendously. All right, so not the best of starts, but I'm still very positive in terms of how this is going to end up. So we don't have our flash, which is of course going to be kind of something that we'll have to keep in our head now, that we need to play a little more defensively or a little more mindfully, and we'll just try and kind of juke all this Xerath spells as much as we can. But it is like, Xerath is such an annoying champ to play against in the early game. I'm not going to be able to get off a killing blow onto the minions. Instead, we will just make sure, or just ensure that we get the Q damage on to Vayne. So here's the next thing. We are fairly low, so we're gonna have to play a little careful right now. Soon we are gonna have our E. Looking back at this match so far already, I chose to go for the Conqueror spec on Miss Fortune. You could also go the sorcery way, which I think, looking in retrospective, might be better for us in the early game for the laning phase, because I would be able to just sit here and poke this Miss or this Vayne literally out of lane using my E, and also be hitting the Xerath. So looking back at this, it would probably have created a stronger early game for us, but it would be at the expense of a weaker late game. So we'll kind of see how that goes, but against a poke versus poke comp, then it might be better for you to choose the sorcery way, unless you are building for the team composition or the team fight. And that's kind of what I wanted to do. I just wanted to build stronger for the actual team fighting, instead of building for the early game. But building for the early game could probably have been a better idea at this rating, mostly because at this rating, oh, we can actually get killed here. Mostly because at this rating, then a lot of people will actually tilt in the early game. So if you can get a good lead there, you will be able to just literally snowball it. A really good job so far. We failed a lot in the beginning, but we managed to get a kill now. And we're just going to snowball the lead that we got. But we did play it very mindfully after we basically screwed up in the early game. So now we'll just go for it back. And what I want to be building is that I want to be building a Gale Force, and that's really going to start helping us to snowball the lane. It is honestly, the Gale Force is such an amazing weapon. So we'll buy that one. Sadly, I don't have enough for another potion, but we still do have our biscuits. So those are definitely going to help us a bit in terms of sustaining. But now with this lead we just got, we have 9 minions more than Vayne, meaning that we have a gold difference not only from the minions but also from the kill that we just got. So things are going pretty well. Looking on the other lanes, it appears that everybody is doing fairly okay. It's 1 to 4 so far, so all our lanes are currently doing pretty decently. And of course, we want to make sure that we keep an eye on this and make sure to look if somebody starts losing hard and whether or not we need to help. So I'll poke a little bit with this. I want to be looking to dodge this if I can, right there. And the way I'm dodging this Serath is actually I'm placing, like, it's a really good way to learn how to dodge stuff. Is actually think about, if you were Serath, where would you be placing your Q in order to hit your target, and then just don't place yourself there. That's why I placed myself in that corner. I was like, no way he's hitting it in a straight line to me there, so it's very unlikely that he's gonna hit. So I'm kind of just trying all the time to kind of think about, if I was Serath, where would I be placing my my ability. And whenever he just casts it, you can see like we are dodging so many of his spells, which is absolutely insane, because it actually takes off most of the pressure from the lane. So right here I see that they need help around Drake, so we are going to move up. I'm going to leave that one minion because I simply don't have time to take care of it. Nice stun right here is going to be a free kill onto that one. Sadly, we are losing Drake for it. Maybe we should have helped Drake instead. All right, we can see that there's backup coming down, but they are currently nice. Good stun. It could be a bit risky running into, so that's why we didn't go face in first, because the thing is we didn't really have anything to hide behind. All of us were like squishy mages and yeah, me as an ADC. So basically, going in or going close or getting into a close proximity fight right there would be really bad for us. So instead we just kept kind of the distance. Anyway, for some strange reason, then right now we have Teemo down here. He hasn't found his way back to his own lane, meaning that this could potentially be a kill for us. Okay, he is backing out because I got level 6 now, and if he stayed, that we could potentially find a kill onto him. But right here, we know their support backed, so we can actually just go for a free armor plating here. And we can go for another push. We'll take this wave, and then we'll be looking for a back pretty soon. We are getting a good portion of the way towards our Gale Force. Gonna just be using my abilities to clean up a little bit quicker here. Make sure we get all the farm. There we, okay, yeah, missed one. Good job, MipZ. Very well played. Missing the min. Okay, so we're going to be backing off. Again, really nice back. We have 1500 gold. This is going to be a huge back for us. We are going to be able to both build a pickaxe and a cloak of agility. And this is really where we're going to start slowly snowballing this lane. We have 2 kills. We're actually 20 CS ahead at this point, and with 2 kills and 1 assist ahead. So it's like our gold is really starting to sum up. So these 2 items are actually going to make a huge difference here in the early game, because it's going to be really hard for them to actually duel us, as long as we just keep playing with the playstyle we've had so far. Just need to play it a bit safe, dodge these attacks, and kind of just sit here, fire off, or poke whenever we find a good option to do so. I cannot believe I actually just missed the big minion. Terrible. All right, so I want to get out from this turret here. I also bought myself, or we have our control ward. Really want to place that. I want to start having a bit more control of the lane, especially because we can even kill them under turret with or combined ults. So I'm not too scared about any of this at all. I'm just gonna try and poke, kind of looking for a Q on a minion. I'm trying to kind of prepare some of these minions for a Q bounce onto Vayne or Serath if they get in range. None of them are. So again, we'll just kind of take our thing. What I'm a little bit scared of right now is that we don't actually know. Oh, yep, we do. I just saw the Skarner scan up here. We know Skarner's top side, meaning that we are all 100% free down here. This means that we can potentially go for an engage if we wish to do so. But again, we don't want to force a fight too much because like any fight, then if you force it, then you will probably fail it pretty hard. So we still want to do it kind of mindfully. I'm gonna try and do everything I can to kill this guy. I'm gonna flash, and I have my ult here, so we'll make sure that we finish before we die. I actually misplayed that at the end quite a lot, but okay. So here's the thing. I'm not sure where Teemo is, but if it wasn't because my brand actually pinged to me here that we should back off, then I would actually be considering to continue this push, because for people with that, the only person alive is Teemo, and the chances of him being bot side is very, very slim. Actually, like slim to none, because why would he be there at this point? He doesn't have TP. There's not really any good explanation for him being bot, meaning that we could have gotten at least one, maybe even two armor platings. But because our brand pinged danger, I'm gonna choose to listen to him. Maybe he knows something I didn't, because I actually didn't know where Teemo was. My assumption would just be that he's not bot side. I don't see how he would get there at this point, or why he would be here. So that's something to kind of keep in mind, but I'm gonna choose to listen to my support. That makes him happy. So a happy support is okay. A winning support that takes all my farm. Thanks, brand. All right. Anyway, let's just continue. But so far we're doing pretty well. We have half decent farm, which is really, really nice. There we go. We're gonna get this. And we're gonna ensure that we go help with... Actually, we don't need to help with Drake. There are 3 people mid side. They should be able to take it. I should be able to get this free armor plating. I'm gonna pop my W for it in order to get it down faster. So they're actually not going Drake right now. I'm gonna have to go up and help now, because I don't want my team to lose up here. I am not quite sure what they were doing here. So right here, we are gonna just use Gale Force ahead. Make sure that we help out as much as we can. This is really bad, because now he's coming up behind us. I'm gonna have to try and back out of this. It's not really that much I can do. I'm kind of just looking for a good option to back it or help out, but I can't. The thing is, here I can't help. If I had helped here, Vayne would actually have knocked me into the wall. So we're kind of just looking for an in to help out. Kane has been doing a pretty good job kiting around. I'm not going to lie. He's actually been doing pretty well. I am going to be looking for an ult here, but I'm not going to be able to. I'm not going to risk it. I'm going to go down, take this farm, because again, like, losing this farm is a lot of gold. And like, chasing around for those kills, yes, it can potentially give us 300 gold, but that's 300 gold that might as well just turn into me being dead and not getting any kills, meaning that I get absolutely no gold. So going here and getting this farm is worth a lot more. And also the same goes for these armor platings. I can literally push this, get free armor platings, and that's a lot more gold. I'm gonna stop that guy from chasing in on us. I'm just gonna move that one. All right. So far so good. We have 3 people down here now. I want to be moving away. I'm gonna have to use my Gale Force defensively here and just move out of that. He used basically everything in order to chase. And we're just going to be pushing this forward. Wave's going to be pushing in. I do have ult, so if I can get close here. All right, my ult was a little bit over the top. He was already dead from Brand's passive. But no matter. This is it's better to use it and regret it than not using it and what do you say? And not regretting it. No, I don't know. brain farts. No, but my point being that it's better sometimes to use it, figure out, oh, well, I didn't need to, than it is to not use it and be like, God damn, I needed to use it there. Because something I see a lot with especially lower elo players are that they are holding... I'm not saying that you should just fire off your abilities always instantly. What I'm saying is that a lot of people have a tendency to hold on to their abilities for too long. They're waiting for this magical, perfect moment. And what ends up happening is that it never appears. Like, literally... That's one of the issues for lower elo players is they're waiting for the perfect ult where they can hit all 5 people. Oh, there we go. Really, really nice. I'm going to tank this for a second, hopefully buying enough time. And then we are going to go ahead and push this in. But Arcane has actually been doing a really, really good job this game. Really, really, really nice job. Going to be very honest. Which is super nice. All right, so there are 3 people dead. We see 1 top, meaning that at tops, Vayne can be down here, which I don't mind. So instead, I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to make sure that we push. And I'm going to make sure I get as much of the farm still as possible. But even though you're low HP, then remember that you can still push objectives if there's nobody to challenge you. This is like the common #1, in my opinion. Like the best thing you can learn if you're stuck somewhere in like iron, bronze, or silver, or to partly even up to around gold. You're gonna, like, if you just learn... We actually really need our boots. Okay, I'm not gonna finish the boots because I can get a full collector, and I really want the collector. And actually I think I want the swiftness boots, to be honest. I want the extra movement speed. So we're not gonna be using this for it. I'm actually gonna sell that dagger. It's a misbuy. Because I'm not going to buy that. I might use it for a rapid fire cannon later, but it's going to be like a last item. So probably not going to hold on to that one. It's been a misbuy. But yeah, as I was saying, one of the most common mistakes I see from low elo players are not using, and this is why games are super long at lower elos, is because people don't use the advantages that they create. First of all, they fight at random places without objectives. Like right here, there's nothing up here. Like me and Garen can go down here. We can literally just push to win in the meantime, because there's absolutely no point in fighting up there. So instead, we'll just push, get objectives, and win the game this way. And they even lost up there. Like, this is kind of what I mean. Instead, make sure, like, whenever you win a fight, if you ace them, there are almost never any real reason for you to back. Then you might as well use those 20, 30, 40 seconds to gain some kind of advantage. That can be killing turrets. It can be taking drakes. It can be taking barons. It can be taking rifts. It can be going into the enemy jungle, taking their jungle camps so their jungler can't farm, putting them at a disadvantage. That's also an objective. You can be going into your own jungle farming. You can be pushing a wave out in order to reset the wave. You can do a lot of things as soon as you like basically get an objective. Wow, I've been really bad at wording this game, by the way. So make sure that you use these small moments in time every time that you create an advantage to actually do something. And that's the issue for a lot of players, are that they don't use the advantage that are created or the opportunities that happen. That it, like, you could be a mechanical genius at the game, but it's actually, in my opinion, a lot better to be like smart macro wise than it is to be like the best player ever, like in terms of playing mechanics. Like, it's one of those things you see a lot, that people are just too focused on getting kills and, oh, now they need to go get their item. And yes, make sure you get your items before objectives or before fights if possible. But don't just back randomly. It really, like, if you ace their team, then backing is completely and utterly pointless before, unless you know you won't be able to take Baron before they spawn. And if you can back before that, then maybe you can create a winning situation by Baron and set up a Baron. So then it has to be like, you have to always do your things with kind of an objective in mind. Always think about your next step when playing. This is one of the best things I think you can learn in this game, is kind of try and think ahead. All right, I'm going to be able to help here. Just make sure we get this. Ouch. This is painful. I'm gonna flash this. I'm probably dead. Gonna try and slow him, but yeah. I could have played this better though. I think I could have survived this with a few better steps. So anyway, as I said earlier, I kind of made a mistake buying this thing because I don't want to be going for the Berserker Screams. I actually want to go for the swiftness. Want to get that extra movement speed. I feel like that's going to be a lot better for us. And then I'm going to be probably build my Infinity Edge. We could also at this point have built a Bloodthirster. That's also an option, but I don't really feel like survivability has been a big issue, which I'm of course saying while we're dead. Makes sense. No, but I don't feel like a Bloodthirster is my move right now. I feel like a little bit extra damage with the Infinity Edge is going to be better. And then we can consider building into a Bloodthirster for extra damage afterwards. Or we can go for something like a Rapid Fire Cannon. But I think we are going to finish the game very, very, very soon. So I don't think we're going to get as far. I'm just going to make sure I get my items as much as I can. That was a terrible ward, by the way. All right, so my team is backing, meaning I cannot push here. I'm going to go top side, and I'm going to help out there. And while I'm walking there, we might as well just take some of these minions. All right, so we see there Vayne running around over there. I'm going to make sure that they don't have vision here. I'm going to go up, catch this wave. And the good thing now is we have both the bot and the mid turret down. Or inhibitor down. And what this basically means is that the best place for us to push is actually to push top, because seeing as we have super minions both in the mid lane and in the bot lane means that these lanes naturally pushes in, meaning that if we want to create a fight, then we can actually push top, and then as soon as one of them have to go down and kind of push the wave back, then we can force a fight, force a 5v4 situation for ourselves. This is something way too many people don't really capitalize on. And also we could just go for a Baron. And I think that's the call here. They have to basically babysit these lanes. Their Nexus is literally also exposed. So they are in a really, really, really tight situation. So right here, we'll just push. Garen goes in and puts pressure and kind of actually right here diminishes. They don't really know what's going on because again at this elo they're just too absorbed by playing the team fight or playing the team deathmatch. That's what I mean. So right here, the fact that he goes down there, even though like logically doesn't really wouldn't make sense, he might as well help a Baron or go up top and split push instead of running into literally in a jungle chasing after somebody. Then it still kind of distracted them from what was really going on. But he could have done that by pushing top side. Would have been a better way of doing it, because that way there would actually be an incentive for an objective if they chose not to go for him. While if they were like, nope, we're not going to fight him, just ran away and maybe ran up to us, then Garen would kind of be standing there with with nothing to do because there's no objective. While if he pushed top, he would actually be able to punish them by taking the top turret. But so far, this is super nice. We are going to be able to just run in here. Hopefully, just smash these guys. I'm going to use my ult just to kind of peel off. We'll find a better position, but we can't do much more than just finish the Nexus. So that's actually going to be it. It was a really, really fun game on Miss Fortune. I feel like we did have personally, I feel like our jungler did a pretty good job. We kind of played a lot around these things, and I tried to focus on the objectives and constantly like reevaluating what makes sense. And I hope for you guys that some of these things make sense. I can really strongly emphasize that whenever you do create an advantage by killing some enemies or something else, then look at your map, see where are the rest of the enemies, if any are alive. If none of them are close to you, then use that moment in time to create an extra advantage. And that's what a lot of people don't do. They just, okay, they get a kill on, let's say, the bot lane. Well, they don't take an armor plating, they don't push out the wave, they don't make sure that the enemy loses out on their CS. So instead, what just ends up happening is they instantly back because they got a kill. They're like, yay, now I can buy my Gale Force. I have 300 gold more than the other guy. Well, yeah, but you could probably had 450 600 gold more in total if you played your hand right. And that's what you kind of want to figure out. It's not only how to get the advantage, but how to actually push the advantage a little bit further. And the same goes in the late game, as you kind of saw. Then when we have both the mid and the bot inhibitor down, well, what's the next move? Well, the next move is actually pushing top, even though there's a turret there. Unless you want to go for an all-in fight and just try and finish the game, then the natural and safe thing to do is go top side, push, keep pushing there until your minions from mid and bot are pushing into their base, and they have to send a man down there to protect that. And as soon as that one person or two persons move down in order to clear out the minions, then you initiate a fight, because then you can create yourself a 5v3 or a 5v4 situation. And that should, at that point, with the advantage you already have, be 100% sure win. And then you can push the last and hip in, or you might not even have to. You can probably just win that fight, get the turret, at that point having 2 players or 1 player left, and literally just close the game. But make sure you use the advantages you create. I hope this kind of made sense. I know that became kind of a ramble. Anyway, this was one of the last games from the silver bracket. The next ones are probably gonna be in promotions, depending on whether or not I'll get to do a game 1 or 2 off video, I guess, but we'll see. Maybe I'll do one more before the promotions. But I hope you guys kind of enjoyed this one. If you did, and you're new in here, then make sure to go down below, click that subscribe button, join into our amazing community, and make sure to put on the notification bell if you want to kind of follow along this road to diamond and get a notification whenever a new video comes up. Also, if you want to see me live, go to twitch.tv/MipZ_live. I stream every single Friday. And lastly, if you enjoyed this one, I would really greatly appreciate it if you would just hammer that like button down for me. It really does help me out, because it tells YouTube that this is worth watching. Anyway, that is all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, stay awesome, have fun, and take it easy, guys.